This video is about the reaction type called addition. Addition is what happens when you add two groups to an alkene molecule. Alkenes mostly react by the addition reaction. For example, when H2 is added to ethene, this is ethene here, with a platinum catalyst. A catalyst just makes a reaction go faster. So here's ethene, an alkene with two carbons, and we add H2, and it makes ethane. The two H's go to one each to the carbons, making the double bond turn into a single bond. So ethene becomes ethane, a hydrogen is added to both carbons of the C double bond C, and the C double bond C is broken and replaced with a C single bond C. Similarly to adding H2, you can add Cl2 or Br2. So if you added Br2 to ethene, you would add a Br to each of the carbons. Ethene becomes 1,2-dibromoethane. A bromine is added to both carbons of the C double bond C, and the C double bond C is broken and replaced with a C single bond C. The reagent can be asymmetric, i.e. the two groups you're adding don't need to be the same. For example, you can add water to ethene with an acid catalyst. That's the H plus there. And it can be added, the reagent you actually add could be dilute H2SO4. So here's ethene once again. We're adding water with an acid catalyst, and it adds H to one carbon and OH to the other. This happens to be called ethanol. Or if you added HCl to ethene, you would add H to one carbon, Cl to another, and you notice in both cases, just as before, the C double bond C becomes a C single bond C. That happens there again. This happens to be called chloroethane. If the alkene and the reagent are both asymmetric, two products can be formed. So if we have here we've got pent-1-ene with a double bond in between the first and second carbon, and we're adding water, which is asymmetric, and a acid catalyst. Either the OH can go onto this carbon and the H to this carbon to make something called pentan-2-ol, or the OH can go onto this carbon and the H can go onto this carbon to make something called pentan-1-ol.